Hello, how are you? As I tell you now, I am in the Hispanic Health Professionals Associations of New York, and they're having the 11th, no, the 13th annual International Medical Congress, and I participated with a talk about AI Cura 100, my project for the next 10 years. Karina is here with me. Come over here. She's right here with me. And she's the runner. We're talking to you guys. We're just going to be run 5K anywhere, wherever you are. We're doing it from Bronx now. The Montefiore Medical Hospital is a branch or connections with the Albert Einstein College of Medicine. She's giving a talk about what are you talking about?
Today I was talking about how we the identity of therapists in the ecosystem.
Exactly. So that's nice. I saw her. She's like, she's very passionate. She's a professor, she's a teacher.
I wrote it in
Annie was
English.
here.
I wrote it in English. I did it in Spanish, and now I have to explain it again in English. So it's like very confusing.
So now, today we want to take you to the 5Ks, from the 5Ks to the long run. Karina, you have this weekend with Ramon Blandino a certificate of specialty on long run. Tell me about it. What you got? What you learned from there? Because I wanted to give you this interview for you to want to get the 5K wherever you are. We are in the Bronx. We live in Florida, but we can do it in London. We can do it in Vancouver and Central Park. Wherever you are, you start just with 5K. So we have an expert. We have a coach, the most expert coach of the Creative Living Runner Club. Not only is Ramon Blandino, it's also her. So tell me about what you got from there. What caught your attention?
Ramon Blandino sent me the certification. It's a certification in marathon coaching. So it have to do with everything, not only the training, period to running, but also during the marathon. So it was an intense 3 days course that we took that end up with an examination that you have to take, and it was pretty tough because you have to understand the physiology, everything that take place when you run a marathon, from something so simple as how much water to drink during the race, also how much water to drink during the training, and why it is important to really train before the marathon. uh, the pace, the modality that you're going to use, if you're going to have a coach or not, in regards to the weather, the altitude that you have to you also take in consideration. So it's a range of stuff that you have to really think before engaging in running a marathon.
So, okay, for those who are there, who just studying, because this is 5K wherever you are, you're gonna do a 5K running from any place where you are right now, from Florida, from the park of Florida, from your house, from Central Park, from Madrid, from all over the place. Starting from a 5K, how can they go from a 5K to you, especially on long run on the marathon?
No, I think you have to decide what race you want to run. If it's a marathon, if it's a half marathon, it could be a few races to get you to the marathon. But first, you have to decide if you want to run it or not, and then you have to find a program, whether it is a program that you design with a coach or it's a program that you sign up for, and then you learn how to run by running. You don't learn to run by reading books, so it's by running and having the coaching that you need in regards to what clothing do you need, the distance to have from the speed that you're gonna engage. So having a micro system in place is what you need to have.
Excellent. So, how can we develop a 5K program that will develop the skill that you need for longer races? How can we go about? But remember, it's like the idea is how can we go from a 5K wherever you are to a marathon
Or half marathon.
or half marathon?
I think that you have to, if you haven't run before, start walking. Walking, and then you increase by how comfortable you feel, and you're gonna see that if you start walking every day 20 minutes. Let's say you're going to walk 20 minutes every day. And then those 20 minutes, maybe in a month, you can increase it to half an hour. And then you're going to then you're going to see yourself wanting to go faster, and go as far as your body can take you. And then you have to develop a program. And just to give you an idea, the program is one day you're going to do like regular easy run. It is going to be, you can jog maybe 45 minutes. And then the next day you want maybe to rest, right? And then maybe on Wednesday, you want to do speed running, meaning that you're going to run as fast as you can for as long as you can hold it. And then you can do that for maybe 45 minutes. I'm giving you like a very easy plan. And then Thursday, you say, you know what, I'm tired. I was doing a speed running. I'm gonna rest. You can have a rest day, and then Saturday you can do long run. So you have to pick one day to do long run, one day to do a
Speed.
speed run, one day to do easy run, meaning that you're not going to put any effort, just go as you feel like. And then one day you're going to do anything else. It could be biking, it could be doing exercise, it could be doing weights. So anything that you can engage in.
So you're telling me that's easy, but you are giving me 4 dates, giving me an easy date, speed dates, a long run, and then anything in between.
I think so.
That is the simple one.
I think
Three
that's
to
the
four
simple one.
days.
Yeah, that's the one that you do.
So to get to, I'm telling her because I'm the easy guy, I'm the lazy guy ever. You know what I mean? I probably would get the long run for sure on Sunday, and then I will get 2 days. That's it, and then the rest of the day I will be meditating. But that's me. And I ran the. By the way, I ran the New York, the New York, Yorktown. How is it called? Yonkers.
Junkers.
The most difficult, the oldest marathon after I finished the seven series 5K in Van Cortlandt. I believed myself. I got to believe that it was easy to run a New York City marathon,
Not at all.
and I was almost crazy. So
But you did it.
will you
And
consider that something that you can do?
you did it, so people can do it. But I think
It's crazy.
it's crazy. I mean, Dr. Piña, before doing that marathon, full marathon, uh, he ran, I think, was 3 miles,
Just 5 miles.
5 miles
5 miles.
before that. So that was crazy. I don't recommend. I don't know how he finished it. I did a half that day, and that was enough. And then I was waiting for him. He got lost. He was crying, but he made it. And by the way, the timing, he did it in less than 6 hours. And that is crazy. So I think you are a natural athlete. Dr. Pina is really an
By the
athlete.
way, I haven't bet that time after finishing and doing everything that I've done. That marathon is my fastest one. I don't remember even for a minute I could have my best time, So I was crazy. It hurt a lot. I
We
was
don't
crying.
recommend it.
We got lost. I was fighting with the people at the end of the races because they didn't want me to finish. They thought I was the last, but I was not the last. There were 2 people lost in the Yonkers now. But I started with a 5K. So at any point, you start with a 5K. What about you? You ran a marathon and you almost died. You get the ambulance was going to take you.
No,
You
no,
were
no.
limping. The first one, the New York City Marathon. What was that about? Tell me your story.
No, my first marathon was 1991, I believe. 1991. I was very young. I ran it. I trained very little for it. But then I got injured during my training. So I stopped because I needed to rest my knee. And then the day of the marathon, I paid for it and I won my medal. So I run for medal. So I went and I ran and I knew I was going to struggle. And I did it in 7 hours. But I was in a lot of pain. I was in a lot of pain, and I remember seeing the ambulance behind me. That's true. I saw the ambulance. It was behind me, but I say, I don't care. I'm gonna walk it, and I did like maybe the last 10 miles. I did walk that marathon, and I got my medal. And I was in the New York Times. My name you can find it, Jenny Karina Raki. So it's in the New York Times that I finished. I'm not sure. I think it was 1997. 1997.
97,
Yeah, that's when I did it.
26 years ago.
Yes. And then I stopped. I always been running. So I was running not for races. And then when I got married, with my husband. Then I went to start doing races, and that's when I started to do like the 5K, the 10K, and
The
then I
15Ks,
then at the
the
15K,
20
only the
miles.
women's race that is my favorite. So I started doing all my races, and it was very powerful because I love running. Like I think I'm the happiest when I can do long run. I'm a long runner. Like I can do long distance. That's where my passion is. I love I love to lose myself in the running. So it's my favorite.
Is there a difference between the 5K, 3.2 miles, the 1 mile race, okay, and the half marathon? Is there something that you can say about, okay, you have run the 1 mile in Central Park, in the 1 mile museum mile, that one, just 1 mile, everybody, a race, and also the 5K, and then the half marathon. What is you can say is the difference between the three of those races?
I think that the more difficult one is the 1 mile, uh, just because I need to warm up. I need, at least for myself, I need to warm up, and so for me it's the hardest one because it's a speed. It's about speed. You're not going to run a mile that is a race like walking. So for me it's the hardest one, and then I have the 3 miles. Yesterday I did a race 3 miles, and that race, what happened? And that race, it was very hard because just when I started warming up, it was time to finish, and that was very hard. So I love to do long, like half marathon. That's my favorite. Half marathon is because you have the warm up during the inside the race. You can chill, you can finish up strong. So usually when I do my half, the last few miles I go very fast. So I think I enjoy that, and it's used for me. And it's different training for each of them. Um, so if you do like a marathon, it's no way that you're gonna do warm up. You don't do warm up. What you do is you start running, and during the race, you are gonna warm up. So that's what happened, and that's what you do.
Perfect. So,
Yes.
and what about the 5K?
The 5K, I did a 5K yesterday, and it was so interesting because when I was finishing, you keep touching that, it's distracting me. When I was finishing the 3 miles, is when I was like ready to go running. So then you stop, and then you want to continue, but then the race finish, and for that you have to, you don't have to do a lot of training. Just go with the flow, have fun. I think at this time, just have fun with whatever you're doing. I think that's the key to engage in any of the races. I have fun doing 1 mile. I think it's the hardest one because I have to go fast. I'm competing. I don't think in the other ones, you need more. It's a different approach. It's a different training for sure.
I love the 10Ks,
I like this.
which is different than the 10 miles. We have the Bronx 10 miles, and we also have the 10 miles in Queens. Which one you enjoy the best? The 10 miles in the Bronx or the 5K, the 10 miles in Queens? 10K in Queens and the 10 miles in the Bronx.
No, I like long run. So whatever is longer, I'm gonna have more fun because I love to feel my body getting tired with the consistency, not the speed. The speed gives you a different type of tiredness, and I'm not. I'm okay because I love sweating, so I'm okay with that. But if I have something that I'm gonna enjoy, it's gonna be the long run. So whatever is longer, I'm gonna have a lot of fun. I love Queens because it's a long 10 miles, but at the same time, is very fast. So people go fast on that. So I think it's a real challenge for me. You have to, be connected to the water. You have to be connected with, how the weather is going to be, the clothing that you're going to have, all that, and the amount of people that is going to be running. It's a lot of people in Queens, the Queens State. But it's a beautiful race.
And what about the Bronx? What can you say about the Bronx 10 mile?
Oh, I think that was my faster. I finished that one in 8 mile pace. That I'm not a fast runner, but I have more consistent. Like I run for longer, but that one was my faster. I love it. I learned to love that one. because it was not my favorite ever. But I learned to love it, and I love it now.
And what about the marathon? Okay, we got the 5K, we got the 1 mile, we got the 10 miles, 10K. What about the half marathon? What is your favorite of all the half marathon that you have done?
My favorite half marathon.
Yep.
Oh, I love all of them. I love Brooklyn half. I love Queens. Not Queens. I love the New York half. Women's half. I love all of them. Staten Island. I love Staten Island. People hate it, but I love it. I love all of them. I love as long as it's a long run. I'm into it, and I love it. Yes.
Perfect. Okay, so we got Dr. Reiki. She's a psychotherapist. We are in the Montefiore Medical Center. It's a Albert Einstein College of Medicine together. We are in the Bronx, came for the Cura 100 presentations of AI, global transformations, and how to connect in a global national group to attract psychotherapy. We do run therapy, we do mindfulness therapy,
Walking therapy.
walking therapy, and now from anywhere we want you to do the 5K. You see, from 5K we can do a mile, 5 miles, 10 miles, 5K, half marathon, and the marathon. You start wherever you are, and if you start wherever you are, you're going to be running the University Marathon or the series of marathons, which are the World Series, which is Boston, New York, Chicago in the United States, and then you can do Berlin, Tokyo, and London. All right. So from the Bronx, from the Montefiore Medical Center, Dr. Piña and Dr. Reiki. See you and
Ciao.
just run. Remember just to run.